You are watching the Hot Springs Broadcast Network.
Welcome to Hello Hot Springs, the weekly television show that brings you everything about Hot Springs, past, present, and future. Hey, my name is John Cooksey.
And I'm Dennis Simpson.
And welcome to our 6th episode of Hello Hot Springs.
Count them, this many.
Now, you know, if you're moving into this town, oh my gosh, every week something is going on. And this next weekend, we're going to devote the whole show to Arts in the Park.
Oh, Arts in the Park.
And introduce Miss Mary Zunick and Don Gooch over there on the couch. Hey, let's wave. You are on the air there. How are you guys doing?
Oh, we're great.
Fantastic.
Great. Well, fantastic. We're going to interview you guys in a minute, so just hang out there.
As you know, I've been living in this wonderful town of Hot Springs, Arkansas for 2 years now. Things are really booming, and I love the little community feeling with so many things happening all around us. Please come and visit me as soon as you can, because when you arrive, I want you to experience Arts and the Park. It's a 10-day celebration that showcases the vibrant arts in this little town of Hot Springs. There are many musical acts, gallery and walking tours, outdoor artists creating their masterpieces, photography, painting lessons, workshops, lectures, food galore, demonstrations of all types, chalk walk competitions, films, theater for children and adults, performances, exhibitions, and so much more. Everything is so close by, and you can walk to so many events. It costs absolutely nothing to go, and there's so much to see and do right off the bat. If you don't come down, you'll truly miss out. Look forward to seeing you soon. Your friend, Molly.
Hey, it's great to have all the things Arts in the Park. I think that this time of year we need to realize there's so much going on. It's just insane. John, tell us more about it, bud.
All right. Well, first of all, I'd like to introduce my guests here today. Don Gooch over here and Mary Zunick.
Thank you so much.
Welcome to Hello Hot Springs. I've been seeing a lot about what's going on with Arts in the Park, and we showed a little piece there. What can you tell us about this year's Arts in the Park?
Well, you know, people always think of the arts community here in Hot Springs. That's certainly something that we're known for, and so we try to pack as much art as we can in 10 days, truly a celebration of all things artistic that's going on here year-round. And we're very fortunate this year, as you mentioned, to have Arvest Bank as our presenting sponsor, and Don's always been a supporter of the arts. So,
well, we are thrilled to be sponsoring this year's event. We get to work with excellent professionals like Mary Zunick and yourself, John, but we're a strong believer that the arts here in Hot Springs are one of the things that set us apart and make us that desirable community that we want it to be. And so there's so many great events, but Mary and I were talking about one thing in particular that has convinced us that we've actually arrived as a festival. Okay. Mary, what is it?
Just the launch party is Friday night. That kicks off the whole 10-day celebration.
It's going to be a great time.
Yep, Hill Wheatley Plaza downtown. Starts at 6 o'clock. We'll have great food. We'll have performances. Chuck Dodson's going to be performing, and we'll present our Arts Ambassador Award to Gene Simmons. Not to Gene Simmons.
He's from KISS.
To June Simmons, but the gift will be from Gene Sparling, a piece of work he designed. But how we know we've arrived is I was contacted this week by Roxor Gin, offering to come and give out samples or cocktails at our launch party on Friday night. So
they called us and said, hey, can we come give free alcohol away?
And what are you going to say to that?
Exactly.
So we're like, well, okay.
You know, I've lived here all my life, and it's really grown. You know, I don't see it growing like people from, outside do. Because we're here pretty much every day, but the way it's grown, it's just an amazing town. I mean, it's an amazing place. I couldn't imagine living anywhere else, and I feel fortunate. Several of our children live here as well, and I feel really fortunate that they can live here too. We have great schools, great education. We have fantastic health care. Our tourism economy is fantastic, so it's just a great place to live. Couldn't imagine anywhere else. For new folks coming to town, we'd come in, we'd be happy to see you. We will, show you all the array of products that we have. Our sales staff will work one-on-one with you to be sure that you get just the right product. If we need to go to your job site or your house, that's no problem. We're happy to do that. And we'll just take care of you and fix you up and be sure you're happy with the product you purchase from us.
And tell us about this launch party, because this is something I think everybody in town, this is the party of the evening.
Absolutely, and tickets are only $30. They can be purchased in advance online at hotspringsarts.org. And if you're going to go, please purchase them in advance. It just makes it a little bit easier when everybody gets there at night. And so we'll have music by Chuck Dodson, and then we have Catering Temptations is doing the culinary arts demonstrations, and so we'll great food, good drinks, and the Hot Springs Dance Troupe will be dancing.
And now, which dance troupe is that? Like, is that
Hot Springs
school?
High School?
Okay,
Hot Springs High School
okay.
Dance Troupe. Amy Bramblett's bringing those girls down to dance, and
Mary was telling me she got to watch the Hot Springs Dance Troupe this past week, and she said literally she cried through half of the event. They were so fantastic.
That is awesome. And I remember seeing them a year or two ago. We had some clips of them. Are they also going to be performing during the arts starting on Saturday?
Yes, they'll be performing at Art Springs. There'll be a little flash mob at some point on Saturday afternoon.
That's
They're
great.
also the featured artists at Wednesday Night Poetry on Wednesday evening. They'll be dancing one of their dances to poem, which that was several of the dances they did were to poetry at their performance last week. But we're just very happy they're going to be at the launch party. So we'll have good music, we'll have dance, good food, and just everybody who loves and supports the arts will be there. Craig Thomas, two of our guest artists will be at the launch party. Craig Thomas, who is our sidewalk chalk artist, he's going to be doing a demonstration on Friday afternoon to tell people about street art and chalk art. Giuseppe Persavati, Pepe Gacca will be there for that too. But then he'll be demonstrating that night at the launch party, and so will the Art Sherpa.
Okay, so the Art Sherpa we're going to go into more later.
Absolutely.
And then how many, it starts officially on Saturday?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the launch party kicks us off on Friday night. Saturday, the 27th, Sunday, the 28th, we have Art Springs, which is the downtown arts festival. It's what everybody thinks of when they hear arts festival. About 35 artists will have their booth set up, arts and crafters, and have artwork there that you can purchase and take home with you. There'll also be a kids creation station where the kids can participate, create their own artwork.
Okay.
And we were very fortunate to receive a grant this year from the Hot Springs Community Foundation. So every child that attends will get a book. They'll be able to take a book home with them to encourage the love of the art of literacy. And Clifford the Big Red Dog's going to be there to help give books away.
Arts in the Park is a 10-day celebration of arts and culture in Hot Springs that we have every beginning of May. We celebrate all artistic disciplines.
It's a great place to be, a great festival. We have all the art galleries that opens up their galleries and welcomes you in to meet new artists, and a lot of activities for the kids.
We have music, poetry, the visual arts, dancing.
There's hiking and there's the bathhouses, and I love to take all of my out-of-town friends to the tourist center and see all the history in the bathhouses. That's something only Hot Springs has to offer.
You have some fabulous local artists, and we also bring in featured artists from across the state and across the United States. Last year we brought in John Bramblett. He's an awesome artist.
It's also the quality of the community that we have here, and having an art gallery and being an artist here, the cultural offerings that we have are just incredible for a city this size. And you can come and visit with artists, and this isn't just someone that just started painting. This is the art that's on display in our galleries in Hot Springs. These are artists from all over the country. They're in museum collections, and they're accessible.
We have studio tours at the beginning of the week where people can see artists actually doing their art in their own environment. Then throughout the week, we encourage community partners such as the Children's Dance Theater or Low Key Arts to have events that we can then promote as part of that week. Art Springs, which is the 2-day outdoor portion of the week, where local artists from around the area come and it's juried, and they show their art, and they're not just visual. We have jewelry makers and wood carvers and visual artists, and they show their art in booths. People can purchase. It's wonderful, and that's usually accompanied by food and beverage and music and fun.
If you come to Arts in the Park, there's something there for everyone.
Sing with them. We have Arts in the Park, or Art Springs, going on all day on Saturday, but then at 6 o'clock the artists close down and we move over to Arts in the Park after dark. So we have the Bits Kids, which are the Blues in the Schools, the up-and-coming blues musicians in the area, and then after that you have Kenny Mann and the Rev, part of the Reverend Blues Revival. Right. And then
we have Liguria, Payton and Friends. And if you've never had a chance to see Liguria Payton, she is an incredible singer. I love to hear Liguria sing. And one of the greatest things about Liguria is lots of people like to hear her sing, lots of great musicians. So she's going to be bringing a lot of her great jazz and blues musician friends in that night. I mean, we're talking about great horn players, keyboard players, singers. It'll just be fantastic. Anytime Liguria's got something to do with it, it's first class. So I'm super excited about that.
Don, let me interject for a second. Sometimes when you say somebody's a great singer, that's amazing. Honestly, Don, you have, I'm serious. Somebody who's done this a lot, you are awesome.
Well, trust me on this one. Liguria is a great singer.
Really?
Hey, real quick.
You have my interest piqued.
I do want to go back to, though, during the day. Right. We have 35 artists displaying their work downtown, and for those of you that may have never had a chance to see what kind of great artists we have here in our community, this is just an opportunity to get downtown. So take advantage of it. It's free, right?
Yes, it's
Everybody
free.
can come and look, and I think it's one of the things that makes our community great, so take advantage of it. Don't be guilty of sitting at home that day. Make it happen.
Absolutely beautiful weather, no excuse.
Oh, yeah. I know. We really lucked out on the weather.
I looked and there's this humongous schedule, like every 20 minutes something's happening.
Yes. On some days there's over 20 events taking place on that one day. So it's just over 85 events taking place during the 10 days. And yes, incredible. Over 85 events. And so there's workshops, there's visual artist workshops, oil painting, stencil, there's literary workshops. So if anybody wants to hone their skills, you don't have to travel to a workshop on the other side of the country. You can take part right here in Hot Springs. Right. And so Donna Dunahoe's done a great job of bringing together artists for that. But during the week, we have performances, community partner events. We partnered with the Music Festival, and just an incredible group of international musicians coming from all over the world to Hot Springs to perform on Thursday evening. But I've skipped past Wednesday. Right. Wednesday we have Wednesday Night Poetry. Right. Wednesday Night Poetry, as I mentioned, the guest artist there will be the Hot Springs High School Dance Troupe, but of course Kai Coggin will be there. I mean, she's our own local celebrity.
And Collective still?
Yes, still at Collective. I think they may go down just a little bit for the not much room for dancers there, but most of the Wednesday Night Poetry will be at Collective Coffee. But all of these events are on hotspringsarts.org.
Do we have any idea how many people are going to be downtown this weekend? I mean, or this next week for this event?
Last year there were 7,500 people attend the 2-day Outdoor Arts Festival. This year we have racing going on too, so I kind of anticipate that will be.
We're thinking more like 75,000 this year.
That would be the right number.
Maybe a conservative,
I like that number.
Yeah,
I like that number.
I like that. I like rounding up that way.
And then of course you have the Friday Art Gallery Walk.
Yes, Gallery Walk. For over 28 years, Gallery Walk takes place the first Friday of every month here in beautiful Hot Springs. And so everybody comes out, goes to all the different galleries. It's not just downtown anymore, though. Gallery Walk is up Whittington Avenue. It's over on Silver Street, down south of Grand. So, I mean, it's going on all over town, not just Central Avenue anymore. Wow. Yeah.
So if you are watching this and you think you're going to come or you like it, share on your Facebook page that you're going to come, because one of the things that you can do to help artists or small businesses is to like their page or to share about it or just make a comment about how much you love something. So, I mean, I'm just encouraging everybody to be a part of this great 10 days, and let's make it big.
Yeah, and then tell me about this art Sherpa that has the following on YouTube that's coming in.
Well, our art Sherpa, the art Sherpa, she and her Sherpettes, which are all the people who paint along with the art Sherpa, she's has about 500,000 followers on YouTube, and about 250,000 on Facebook. And so, you know, a lot of us, we used to watch Bob Ross.
Right.
Well, you know, this is the newer version of that.
Right.
And so she's traveling into town, and she'll be teaching a live painting class on YouTube on Saturday afternoon about 3 o'clock. So everybody can come on down. You don't have to just watch her on TV. You can make your trek on down to Hot Springs and paint along with her. And she'll be doing live demonstrations all day Saturday and Sunday. We're just so happy to have Cinnamon Cooney is her name.
Cinnamon Cooney,
but all of her followers know her as the Art Sherpa. So she's one of our guest artists that'll be coming into town. But we have so many of our own hometown celebrities too.
Yeah.
And we feature those the second weekend in studio tours, where we have
Studio tours the second week only.
Second weekend only.
All right.
So May 4th and 5th.
Friday and Saturday, yeah.
Yes. Have you been to studio tours before?
I have.
Or is it Friday and Saturday? No, it's
No, Saturday and Sunday.
I'm
Saturday,
sorry, yeah.
May 4th and 5th.
So you
Yeah.
get to actually go see where the art is created. You kind of get to get a little bit of a glimpse into the genius that takes a piece of wood and makes it a beautiful piece of art, or you can talk to them about what's their inspiration for a painting that you see. It's a great time to find out what makes them tick.
Well, we're going to be back and
So unique.
talk about more. I just want to play this part. You know, the Art Sherpa got on and started
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about Hot
Yes,
Springs.
yes.
So I put together a little segment, it's about a minute long, of her talking about how cool Hot Springs is. And the reason I think this is important is how many times do we hear people talk about Hot Springs from a perspective that's not in Hot Springs? It's pretty funny. So let's play that right now.
A really amazing sidewalk chalk artist that's coming, and there's some very, very, very juried and cool artists that you want to see. I think you might be surprised at who's just like there, just exhibiting. It's pretty awesome. Yeah. And the specially very super clean water. Like super duper clean. They got a whole thing about it, and you can just drink it out of the town park. They're like doing murals. They're doing crazy stuff. There's music. There's poetry. There's food. It's so
poetry.
groovy.
There's a lot of poetry, and oh yeah.
And I'll tell you something. I'm gonna tell you some behind the curtain stuff. It was tough. Like, I love Hot Springs. Almost like it was like my little secret thing I like to do. So it was a whole journey to getting me to share it.
Yep.
My good secret. And you're really gonna love it. If you've never been, there are a few towns in this, that I love that are like deep art towns.
Yeah.
And this is one of them, and you're gonna love it, and it's really cool, and I can't wait to see you guys.
That was the Art Sherpa bragging about Hot Springs, which is always neat to see. You know,
Oh, absolutely.
Somebody's. And so we talked about Hot Springs, and then what are some of the workshops that are going to be going on?
Well, workshops, we have John Lasseter, who will be teaching an oil painting workshop. We have stencil workshops. Millie Gore is teaching a writing workshop. Then we have Tanya Wooten, and we also have Laura Rathborn. Let's see, I said Byron Taylor, Millie Gore, Vicki Edwards. And then we have a plein air paint out where we have artists who come together and paint in nature.
The word plein air, I've always gets confused. Tell me what it means.
It means painting outside.
All right.
It's a very nice,
fancy
way
term,
of saying they're going to get together and create some beautiful artwork outside.
Okay, so outdoor painting by who? I interrupted you, but I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no. The oil painting is Byron Taylor, so people can still sign up for that if they're interested in taking an oil painting class. Laura Rathborn does it stencil, and you may have seen Laura's work at Justice Gallery, and Byron is at Legacy Gallery. So if you've been in there and you've seen their paintings, you can actually come and take a class and learn from them during Art Springs.
Okay, and then there's a whole list at hotspringsarts.org that has a whole list of people that you can go take the painting classes from, and the plein air paint out is going to happen pretty much in historic downtown. Do I have that?
Yes, during at National Park, or in Hot Springs National Park at Arlington Park.
Okay, so Arlington Park. And if the weather's nice, you got to go down there and just watch them work. I mean, you really get inspired to go do painting. Between that and attending one of the Art Sherpa workshops or any of the other workshops by the local famous people here.
Absolutely.
I'm kind of thinking maybe pink hair. I don't know.
Yeah, there you go, Don. I can see it.
But hey, I'm really super excited because he's my friend and he's just a tremendous man. I'm excited about the reception for the Living Treasure.
Yes, Long Wash Shoe. Long Wash Shoe.
Okay.
Was named Arkansas Living Treasure, and we will be celebrating that on Thursday evening at the convention center. I think it starts at 5 o'clock on Thursday evening, and then he's also taking part in studio tours that the May 4th and 5th.
Okay.
So that's what studio tours is. That's where you can just grab a map or a program from the Visitor Information Center or download the map at hotspringsarts.org, and you head out on a self-guided tour to visit the artist in their creative space, like Don was talking about. In Long Wash Shoe, not only is he a living treasure, you can actually go by and visit with them and get to see some of his artwork.
All right. And
So
where's
they don't know Long Wash Shoe,
Long Wash exhibit going to be?
Well, his exhibit was in the convention center. If
Right.
you were in the convention center anytime over the fall or winter months, we had Long Wash Shoes exhibit up the soul of Arkansas. But this is, he was actually presented this award for his carving work. I mean, he is so incredibly talented. And so we're celebrating him Thursday evening. And then, like I said, there's 33 different artists that are part of studio tours, 20 different studios.
But some may not know who Long Wash is. And he is actually the sculptor for the Mother Nature sculpture that's in front of the Arlington Hotel. And he's a critically acclaimed. In fact, at one point he was named one of the 100 most important sculptors ever. So he is in the world. So we have him as a resident here. He's a fine man. I'm so excited for him to be honored like this. So it's just really great.
That is terrific. And the downtown, can people during the week find out, is there an information booth downtown?
Yes, at the Visitor Information Center right there at Hill Wheatley Plaza, 629 Central Avenue. You can stop in, and that's where our hub is. You can also pick up a gorgeous t-shirt that says Buy More Art on it and support the arts here in Hot Springs. And you can pick up a program. These programs are also in the Springs Magazine for the month of April, but this has all the information that we just spoke about and much, much more.
Can you hold that there, as a matter of fact? And I'm going to have get a little, with this camera, get a little close up. This is the Spring Magazine, the special edition for arts and the park.
And Mary, what does your shirt say?
My shirt says Buy More Art.
Ah, and I can buy one of those shirts, right?
Yes, absolutely. Actually, and this is last year's. There'll be our new ones will be hot off the presses tomorrow. So, but they also say Buy More Art, just a little different design, and they'll be available in a teal color as well.
And then I saw something on the Hot Springs Cultural Alliance Facebook page that said volunteers needed.
Absolutely.
So what is that all about?
If anybody loves being around the arts, or like me, they love being around the arts, but they're not artistic, we need volunteers. And you can imagine 85 events in 10 days. There's lots of volunteer opportunities. So we would just welcome anyone who's interested in being a part of the fun to please hotspringsarts.org. Just go to that website, or they can even give me a call. I'll be in the office tomorrow, 321-2027, and we'll be happy to find a spot where they can
Did you say 321-2027?
That's correct.
And say that number again. What was that number again?
501-321-2027.
So we haven't had time to put it up on here, but people can write that down, or they can also go to the Facebook page called Hot Springs Cultural Alliance or hotspringsarts.org. And when we end this show, we're going to end it with that piece with Don and his daughter, because we didn't get a chance to play it earlier.
Sure.
But before we end the show, I want to talk about anything that we've forgotten on this list, because Mary nicely provided me this list of all the different things going on, and I have a feeling this is not the half of it.
Did you talk about the Emperor's New Clothes?
Well, that's part of the children's activities that'll be going on during Art Springs. So Art Springs, it's, we talked about the artists, but it's very family friendly. The kids Clifford is there. They have the books at 1 o'clock. On Sunday, there's actually Arkansas Children's Theater performance of The Emperor's New Clothes. So all day, both days, Saturday and Sunday, bring the family, let them check out some art. There's music, there's poetry, there's food trucks.
And the entrance fee to Art Springs?
All of Art Springs, even Arts in the park after dark all day Saturday and Sunday. It's free.
Zero free.
Would that be brought to us by Arvest Bank, maybe?
Yes, Arvest Bank,
thanks
the
to our
premier
sponsors.
sponsor there.
Yes.
That's why it's zero, right?
And how did you get involved? Did Mary just knock on your door one day and say, "Hey, you"?
As a matter of fact, no, I mean somewhat, but ultimately we love being a part of, everything that's going on in our community. I think we all want our community to be great, and so to get it to be there, we have to jump in with both feet and make things happen, volunteer, and lift each other up. And this is something we definitely see value in. And as this festival becomes bigger and bigger, it makes Hot Springs better, and anything that makes Hot Springs better makes my life better, makes it easier for the bank to do business and all that type of thing.
Talk about this town just exploding in the last year or two. It's
Oh,
amazing.
it's incredible.
And Mary, you're going to show this poster.
Yes, I was just going to say we have Arvest as our presenting sponsor. We have some amazing sponsors that have stepped up this year to help us put this on.
The Sentinel
Individuals.
Record,
A little closer there.
Yes.
Riser.
Hot Springs Village is the Children's Creation Station sponsor. Riser sponsoring our studio tours, Riser Auto. We have Walmart sponsoring Chalk Walk. It really is a community event where we have individuals, foundations, businesses, where we all come together and make some great art events happen. So,
What else helps is when you have someone like John Cooksey who's willing to
Absolutely.
highlight an event like
love
this.
yes, that's
you
the
move
truth.
into this town, and I think this is probably one of the best weeks to bring somebody who's thinking about moving here, because the weather's beautiful. We get those hot days in August, but the weather's beautiful, and everybody now is buzzing about Hot Springs, and I think it's because. Half because of the nature and the cool stuff, but the other half is the people. The amount of people that volunteer just want to be part of things down here. It's so neat. Like, I'm one of many thousands of people. I appreciate that, and the whole crew here, and Dennis and everybody helping out.
No, but thanks for what you do, because it tells a story, and telling stories is so important, and I think we have the best story to tell
really
right now.
do.
So thanks for sharing.
Yes.
Oh,
It's
thanks.
great.
And you're right. It's all about the story, and the story is all about the cool people of this town. I've been to different volunteer charity groups in Texas and other places, and we're like, well, we're Hot Springs. Oh, we know you guys, but there's only like 6 of us. Oh, we all know you guys. You guys are a powerhouse, and I've seen that twice at 2 different fundraisers, where Hot Springs just stands out because there's something neat about this town and the people. So I want to thank Don and Mary for being here today. And HotSpringsArts.org, and on Facebook, that's Hot Springs Cultural Alliance. And you can always go underneath the Facebook here and type in any questions you might have or how to get involved. And is there any particular email, or they would find that out at?
Well, HotSpringsArts.org. Everything can go
Everything's
straight
there.
from there. For more information, they can choose any of the whether it's the workshops or there's links on HotSpringsArts.org website.
Well, and sometime we want to get Don in here when we get a whole band, and we'll get you all singing
Come
here.
on.
Will you do that? All right,
Yeah,
we're going to
yeah.
definitely do that. Dennis, thank you for joining us. We really didn't have a camera much on you over there
always a
tonight.
pleasure.
We will be here next Tuesday, try to get a little coverage of the things going on during the week here, and we're going to leave you with a clip of Don and his daughter from about 7 years ago. What a wonderful singer, both of you. And Don's a great pianist.
Thank
we
you.
want to thank you guys for being
Yes,
here
thank
today.
you so much, Don.
And
You're
we will
awesome.
see you guys down at Art Springs, HotSpringsArts.org. And let's roll that, and we'll see you next week here at Hello Hot Springs.
Smile on your face lets me know that you need me. There's a truth in your eyes saying you'll never leave me. The touch of your hand says you'll catch me if ever I fall. You say it best when you say nothing at all.
You are watching the Hot Springs Broadcast Network. You are watching the Hot Springs Broadcast Network.